Happy Friday! Today we are going to be working with our Social Studies Weekly newspaper to create our next page in our scrapbook and continue working on our scavenger hunt scrapbook as well. So you will need the following supplies. Your Florida History scrapbook that has your name on it that you were given in your basket. You need to have your Florida Scavenger Hunt Project scrapbook. That is the folder that you should start working on that we'll talk about in just a moment. The red Social Studies resource folder from inside of your anchor binder. Remember, don't take this folder out. It should stay in that anchor binder, but you're going to take out your week 2 newspaper this week. In addition, you're going to need a pair of scissors, crayons, glue stick, and a pencil. So we're going to start by talking about the scavenger hunt scrapbook that we discussed last week. So for this particular project, this is a year-long project that you need to make sure that you're working on weekly, because at the end of quarter 1, the expectation is for you to have earned yourself at least 25 points by completing some of the items that are in this project. So remember, by the end of the year, your goal is to get to at least 100 points. 100 would give you a C, so that's why we divide it into 4 quarters. And if you want to earn yourself a better grade than a C, which is average grade level, then you need to make sure that you're planning accordingly and earning more than 25 points per quarter. The items that are listed are either for 8 points each or 5 points each. So make sure that you're looking at those, that you are monitoring. The end of the quarter is in the middle of October. So please make sure that you're working on those throughout this next few weeks to make sure that you're not having to do them all within the last week of the quarter. You can then put those items in this folder, create your own scrapbook page to document each of those activities, because you're going to drop off this folder to Mrs. Ling at school, so I can then see my own documentation of the photo of you in front of a local fire station, or whichever of these items that you're choosing have to be documented on their own page, so I can clearly see that you have completed your own scavenger hunt for this particular project. The next thing that we're going to work on for social studies is creating the new scrapbook page using this week's issue, which was week 2, 3 branches of government. Last week, we had focused on the state symbols, and you were asked to cut out the pictures, some of the titles or headlines, and then make your own collage to show what we had learned that week. You could have also included sections from your articles of important information, and that's okay. So now we're going to take the page that we worked on last week, use the same page, but we're going to use the back side of it, because we're only going to use 1 page for each week. That way we can ensure that we're going to give ourselves enough room for all of the weeks we're going to cover this year. So at the top, you're once again going to include the title. So this is week 2 with your 2 dots. And this week our focus was the 3 branches of government. So we're going to write 3 branches of government. And we're just writing it how it is written on the title. And then we can underline it just to make sure that it stands out a little bit more, because it is the headline title. Now, when you're looking back in your newspaper this week, you get to decide which items you're going to cut out to show in this week's scrapbook. So you can cut out the pictures of the buildings. You can cut out this picture of this man, Benjamin Harrison. I'm going to work on cutting out the 3 branches and what they represent, because I know that that is one of our focuses. So I'm going to allow you to create your own by using what's the most important information. Make sure you cut out words, you cut out pictures, and then include them on your page. I'm going to post my completed page to this assignment so you can take a look at what Mrs. Ling is going to look like, and you are going to submit today a picture of your own. Remember, in order to earn the full points, you have to have the week, the focus, that's the topic that we're learning about in this issue, And you have to have included your illustrations. That's the pictures that were in the newspaper, as well as either headlines or pieces of an article.